scored. Back then, it wasn't like now, where like he's getting off the pitch knowing what he doesn't know what Ian Wright's doing. Lineker, so he scores one, so he thinks he's 2 ahead. He comes off thinking, what a great way to finish off my English career! Like, got another golden boot. Ian Wright, I think it might have been Crystal Palace. Ian Wright scored a hat trick in the last 20 minutes of Arsenal's last game and beat him by a goal.
Wow. So what did he end up on then?
29, and Lineker on 28.
And what were the top goal scorer that year?
Ian Wright were.
For 92?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and the next weird thing about this is Graham Taylor didn't take Ian Wright to Euro 92, but he took Nigel Clough.
Who did what? That was his first season at Liverpool?
Yeah.
Was that his first season?
No, he won't.
Signed in 92 and into Liverpool.
Yeah. So he didn't even come on or anything.
Do you know, I've got to say, as a player, I think we was on about it Saturday about, I can't remember what the question we'd asked each other now, about as favourite strikers, and he's one of my all-time favourite players, Ian Wright. Just because the passion in the man.
Yeah.
He was a late starter, wasn't he? He didn't come on the scene.
That's why he's endearing, isn't it? Because he's living everyone else's dream.
You can see how much it means to him, and not only that. I thought he was just an explosive player. It was just like he didn't really need too many touches. You just put it in an area where it was dangerous, and bang, he was having a goal.
He's for a natural finisher. There's not many better.
I think he only just got beat, didn't he? Henry beat him for the Arsenal top of a goal scorer.
Henry's Arsenal's all time.
But take away Thierry Henry, who was, in my opinion, that's another argument we can have for another day, but the greatest Premier League import.
Yeah, agreed.
What a player Ian Wright was. And sorry, I'm coming back to my point is, how many? You probably don't know stuff he said, but he didn't get that many England caps, did he?
Ian Wright got. He still got 30 odd.
I know, but considering his quality of what he was,
because
one of my biggest memories of a kid is when we drew 0-0 away at Italy, and I can remember Ian Wright jumping around in front of the camera saying, "Glenn Hoddle, please take me to the World Cup."
Yeah.
And it would just, when it's coming about passion and how they've. The kind of coaching these kids now to maybe not show the emotion that they need to, I think. You won't see that now. Would you please take me to the World Cup? I mean, ever since that as well, that just made me love him even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah. So, so the first Premier League season, Teddy Sheringham won the Golden Boot with 22 goals. Just behind him was Les Ferdinand with 21, so he's at QPR, Les Ferdinand here.
Right.
But then 1994, which funny enough is a World Cup year, but obviously England didn't make it to the World Cup.
Yeah.
There was 6 Englishmen who got 20 or more goals that season.
In 1994?
93-94. And
that makes it even more of an absolute shambles that we didn't get to that World Cup.
Yeah. Well, if we'd have got there, what he had to choose from, I mean, like I say, that's another conversation altogether. But that was the first time since 1968 that 6 Englishmen had got 20 goals.
And have you got them down?
What?
The 6.
The 90, what, the
94?
Yeah. So Andy Cole, 34, top scorer. Alan Shearer, 31. Letitia again, 25. Chris Sutton, 25. Ian Wright, 23. Peter Beardsley at Newcastle, 21. So Beardsley and Andy Cole, between them, got 55 Premier League goals. It's like the best partnership for a record for a double.
Where was that, at Newcastle?
Yeah. Yeah, they were free-flowing then.
When you did your pick for your 94 squad, who out of those did you take?
I did that based on what I thought Taylor would pick.
All right, then forget that one. Who would you take out of that? Are we going with 4?
I'd take 4 that are on there. I'd have taken Cole, Shearer, Ian Wright, and Beardsley.
And who would you leave out? Sutton and
Letitia. Yeah. Letitia were a bit of a anomaly, really. You've got to play things around him, haven't you? And I don't think. So, but yeah, and
I'd take the same.
Yeah, with them, you've got to take someone different like Beardsley. You can't just have 4 strikers that know it back in there.
No.
But then the season after there was 5, so it still carried on. Shearer got 34. Fowler came on the scene now. 25. Les Ferdinand, 24. That's at QPR again. Stan Collymore, 22 at Forest. And Andy Cole, and that's the season he went from Newcastle to Man United. So that's a mixture of Newcastle and Man United goals, 21. So it's very strong, especially the mid-90s there.
I mean, you're torn really to pick 2, to start for England. I mean,
I think Shearer's always your go-to man, isn't he?
Yeah. Apart from, I mean, he's standout, isn't he? But you're looking through that list and it's just like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, Robbie Fowler didn't get enough England games for me.
No,
for what he did.
He was unfortunate to be where he was. He's right in the middle of all this, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like if this was now, I mean, Fowler would be like Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So 96. So like your 96 season, there's 3, but they're all strong. Shearer won the Golden Boot with 31. Fowler got 28 that season in league.
Yep.
And Les Ferdinand got 25 for Newcastle. And then
that was 96.
That was 96, yeah. So and Venables took all 3 of them.
Yeah. So going on the back. So going on the back of that, then, right? I know. Look, I'm not. I've got no grumbles, but of anything about that Euro '96. Even then, when you look at that, you think that Ferdinand didn't get a game, and Fowler only played a real bit.
Come on a sub twice, I think. Yeah.
Bit part role in it. Yet he got all them goals.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I can't think this back whether you can. When we that semi-final against Germany, who did he bring? Did he bring?
He didn't use a sub.
What?
He didn't use a sub, mate.
For the entire 120 minutes?
Yeah, I know, it's mental, yeah. He didn't even think of it for a penalty taker. He didn't even bring anyone for fresh legs. He just, the same 11 played all 120 minutes in that semi.
Did the Germans make a sub?
Yeah, they didn't mess about, mate.
So we needed a goal.
The squad.
We needed a goal. We had Fowler on bench. We had Ferdinand on bench. And we didn't make a change.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bringing Fowler on anyway for a penalty. So, like that's what I'd have done with a minute or 2 to go. At least do some, take a defender off just so you give a better chance in shootout. But take Southgate off.
I can't believe that memory has gone out of my head.
Yeah,
I'm
it's the only game in all. Like the Spain game before, he brought on 3 subs. I think Fowler was one of them. Steve Stone, Barnby, I think, come on. So it's not like he wasn't averse to bringing a sub on, but for some reason that semi. It was the same 11 players.
You've got all them goals sat on bench. 2 of them that banged over 20 goals in that season.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah. I just wonder whether I don't know, but he thought that this is my best 11, I've got to stick with him because it's a massive game. I don't know what else he can be thinking. It is a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
It's a massive mistake.
Yeah.
What's the point in having a 23-man squad? If you're not going to use
it's not only that though. It's
like
not only that. It's not like it's getting to end of 90 minutes and that. It's a group game. It's an extra half an hour of football.
Yeah, an intense half an hour of football.
Well, yeah, like one of the biggest games you can ever play in your career.
Yeah,
and he doesn't make a sub. Let's move on quickly because I'm annoyed.
Right, 97. Shearer, Golden Boot winner again, third time on the trot. 25 goals. Ian Wright's like 32, 33 now, and he's got another 23 goals for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And then 98 and 99, obviously, I've been through with Golden Boot. They won that on 18 goals, so there were no 20 goal scorers then.
So, does Ian Wright remind you then? I'm talking about him again, but like I said, I do love the guy. I think you were a legend as a player. Reminds you a little bit about Jamie Vardy, doesn't it? Really? How Jamie Vardy's now 32?
Yeah, it's
33?
funny. They mentioned I seen a clip on Twitter earlier. There's only Ian Wright who made his Premier League debut as an older.
I've seen it. Yeah,
who's gone on to score 100 goals.
100 goals.
Yeah. So they are similar, definitely.
Wow.
From where they've come from. I mean, Vardy's a local lad to us, isn't he? Really?
Well, yeah. Is it Sheffield?
Yeah, Stocksbridge, Sheffield. Yeah. So,
I mean, I just want to digress a little bit about Jamie Vardy. I know we'll come back to this, but
I like Vardy, mate. So
do you not think, right, that for him, he's this? And I'm sorry if I offend any Leicester fans out there, but it was quite clear he was never going to win the league. After that, the big boys, you'd ruffled the feathers. They'd had enough. They were taking it back. It was quite clear that unfortunately, you're never going to retain that title. There was rumoured interest. I'm not saying Arsenal would have been the best club, but I think...
There was a bid for him from Arsenal, wasn't there? Yeah.
I think about all of them. I think he could have done a job for Liverpool. I think he could have done a job for Man City. I think he could have done a job for Man United. Chelsea. Why did he never take a move? Do you know what? Even to now, for me, I'd still think the way he looks after himself, that he's probably got.
And he's 33.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's probably got another couple of years. I would still have Liverpool bring him off the bench.
Oh, 100, yeah, but yeah, 100%. You could do a job for especially maybe not the top team starting, but he's what a man to have in squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I love Vardy, mate. He's one of the only modern footballers I like. So he's from where he's come from and what he does, and like you say, how he keeps himself in shape. He does. He really is in shape.
I think it helps if you think about if there's a true thing behind this scientific. The smaller players seem to be able to go on longer than the big players because the bodies are not getting banged about as
slight,
much.
Isn't he?
Yeah. But he's still got his pace. He's still got his finish.
Yeah.
He could stay around for another 2 or 3 years.
He won't be going anywhere now.
No, I don't think he will.
I probably wouldn't if I were him now. What's the point? But at the time...
Well, I don't know. If you're Jamie Vardy and Klopp says, come and play me for 2 seasons, you might win another Premier League, Champions League chance.
I know, but
come on.
guarantee starts and goals at Leicester.
I know, but he's going to... I don't know. Klopp probably wouldn't buy him, but if I was Jamie Vardy and Klopp coming for me, or even Guardiola, I'd be thinking, last 2 years of my career.
I'd be surprised, though, if that happened now. I'd be pleasantly surprised, but I'd be surprised.
I'd still have him. I'd take him 100%.
I think the reason he never went to Arsenal, I think it were an amazing thing what Leicester did. He just too loyal for his own good, wasn't he?
Yeah, very much so. But look, and again, I love Divock Origi, and he'll be an Anfield legend forever for what he did in the Champions League final.
I didn't realise how long he's been at Liverpool.
Oh, a long time, mate.
5-6 years.
Yeah, because he's been loaned out twice.
Yeah.
Well, I think when they bought him, he was loaned back to a year for, was it Lille? When they signed him, so he didn't actually come straight away. He stayed there for a season, and then when he come, I think Klopp was really excited about him. There was an interview with Klopp saying we're gonna have a lot of fun with him. Then he went off the boil. Then we loaned him out to Wolfsburg, I think, and the writing was on the wall really where we thought he wasn't going to come back and play. Thought we were going to be sold, and then all of a sudden he comes on. And last season, what an impact! The goals against Everton, that went off the bar. The Champions League final goal, the goals in the semi-final against Barcelona. So he's a legend, but this is really horrible to say. For me, I still think Liverpool need to upgrade on him, and I think Liverpool fans might disagree. Jamie Vardy for me is enough to bring him off the bench to get your goal. I know he scored big goals, but I just think he's a slight upgrade.
So, yeah, but Vardy's got a great record against top clubs and all. I think he scored more against top 6 than anybody else.
I think he's a phenomenal player, Vardy.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, go on, here, back to it.
No, the only other thing I'm going to do on that totals is it's worth saying. This is why I say the last 50 years, because in the 60s there was a lot of English strikers about.
But there wasn't a lot of imports for them, was it?
No. Yeah, it's definitely to do with the foreigners coming in. But in the 1960s there were 74 English strikers who scored 20 more goals.
How many?
74.
Wow.
And England won the World Cup in '66, obviously.
Wow. Who was the greatest one out of them?
Well, Jimmy Greaves, mate. Jimmy Greaves is. I don't know if is he the all-time. He's definitely in top 3. How many goals he scored in that. But yeah, I mean, and he didn't even play in the final. He got dropped for Jeff Hurst. So.
I think when you look at that, do you think then? Let me ask you a question. English strikers haven't been as influential, let's say, as what they have been in the 90s. We'll just compare it to 90s. Yeah. Is that because we're not creating them, or is it because we're getting them, bringing them in better, or are they not getting a chance?
I'd go with the latter first. I'd say, yeah. It's you don't see. They're not getting a chance because it's a lot of it's buy in it, and whatever especially abroad. It's a results business. A lot of people don't. And
this brings us back to what I was talking about earlier about money. Look, I'm not stupid. I know they have to make money. They're a business now. That has to be the thing. But there is so much reliance, especially on the clubs that get promoted to the Premier League, in staying in the Premier League. And my argument to this is, I see some of these, foreign imports that they bring in, right, and they're awful. I mean, awful. I mean, I'll give you a prime example for me, Salif Diao at Liverpool. I can't think of a better example. Eric Djemba, Man United. Yeah. Awful. Came in with a reputation because they had a good World Cup, that there was going to be this next big thing. And he was one of the most disappointing players I've ever seen in my life. And I might be wrong here again. I'm going off the top of my head. At the time of the club, I think they had players like around this time, possibly might have been a bit early for Jay Spearing. I'm just trying to think about Liverpool youngsters at the time that you used to hear about in the academy saying, he's the next big thing. And they never came through or was given a chance because of Salif Diao. He sat on the bench. And I find that incredibly frustrating.
That's more that was the Benitez era, that though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
He didn't give him any
English. No, I think it was Julio brought in Diouf and Diao in the same summer.
Yeah,
when they're both disappointing.
But you never heard of any English Liverpool players coming through then, did you? Hardly.
Not really. No. I'm trying to think back to. I can only remember what's his name now. Martin Kelly coming through for a time under Benitez at right back.
He didn't stay there long.
No, I think he got an injury and then he went out of it. was John Flanagan Benitez or was he just after? But then he looked like he was going to be a world beater and then kind of fell off the face of the earth a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it's a struggle.
Yeah,
it's a struggle to try and think of any.
Which is sad.
Yeah, but I mean, you see it now, and like obviously Trent. In my opinion, Alexander-Arnold is the best right back in the world right now. There's no two ways about it for me. But I